Hey, everybody, welcome to this edition of the Boon of Wireless podcast, coming to you as always high above the streets of northern New Jersey at ANJ Media. Yes, New Jersey, where a stretch of Interstate 80 in Morris County, about 40 miles west of New York City and a very major part of the country's interstate system, has been plagued by sinkholes in recent months and would be closed for, quote, several weeks. All right. Crews are investigating what they call voids. Yes, voids lurking below the surface. The potential voids, an empty space or cavity underground, are separate from the monster sinkholes that closed the same route in Wharton, New Jersey, twice in December. So, not only do we now have unidentified drones and UFOs in New Jersey, our tourism department is now offering spur of the moment underground mine tours when traveling on Interstate 80. Oh, come on. I kid New Jersey. I love New Jersey. All right, let's get back to the broadcast today. So we launched a new format last week with no guest. And while it was a little lonely here, the feedback from our listeners and viewers was really great. So here I am again. No worries. We have a very exciting slate of industry powerhouse guests lining up starting next week on March 13th. And I do hope that you will tune in. Okay. It's a very big week in wireless with Mobile World Congress taking place right now in Barcelona, Spain. I unfortunately didn't make the trip this year because of some very, very important projects that we at Atrium Unlimited Consulting are working on, especially helping to launch an MVNO next week that will revolutionize the way customers acquire their mobile numbers. More on that later. My friends and colleagues who are in Barcelona right now report that once again, over 110,000 people are attending the show, and the initial round of keynotes and presentations have been pretty well attended and very well received. My friend David Hess from Airspring Mobile, there, David, you get a shout out, called and told me that the place is hopping with an incredible amount of energy and that Starlink is getting a lot of attention. There are a lot of platform providing type companies, and one of the very hot topics is the travel sim. So I hope to get some more details after that show, and I'll share them with the audience here shortly. After last January's Consumer Electronics Show, I talked about this last week. This is the big season for shows, and it'll be followed by many, many more throughout the year. I wrote in Best MVNO last year an article discussing the pros and cons of attending a trade show for our MVNOs and our dealers, and the people that are making our business rock and roll every day. And the consensus was yes, people in our industry should make every attempt to participate in as many of these trade shows for wireless that they possibly can. Meeting people that you've only met over Zoom or email does wonders for your business. Believe me, I know. I'll be posting shortly on my website at Atrium Unlimited Consulting all the known wireless and mobility related shows for the balance of 2025. So visit us at atriumunlimited.com. Okay, two other subjects that I would love to speak with you about today. First is the continued explosion of new MVNOs. We used to joke that there are 180 MVNOs in the United States, and for every one that shut down, two more opened. So now it's literally impossible to put a number on how many MVNOs are out there today due to the continued growth of the carriers' aggregators that do simply that. They aggregate dozens of small MVNOs to their home carrier, and they take a lot of the hard work and guesswork out of the hands of the entrepreneur and let them focus on sales and marketing, while the aggregator does most of the heavy lifting. Now, don't get me wrong, there's still a big financial commitment as well as a time and some effort on your part. But these type of programs are perfect for those who want to enter the MVNO space, but really can't check the multi-year or tens of millions of dollar boxes that the main carriers demand. These new entrants are now being referred to as an MVNO Lite or MVNO in a box. Most importantly, and I say this very often, you still need to have a differentiator as well as a distribution plan. And while an aggregator wants your business, all three of the major carriers still need to approve your business case, as they're not looking for a Me Too MVNO or one that will simply compete on price. That's a no-win for a MVNO. So let's take it down even one more level. With these large aggregators, some folks looking to become an MVNO have a specific niche or such a low volume that some of the aggregators won't engage as the volume is too low, say 500 to 100,000 subscribers max, or an IoT player that does very little for the aggregator's overall revenue scheme. Okay, time for full disclosure once again. About 2.5 years ago, myself and a partner had the idea of becoming an MVNO in a box type provider, starting with two specific ethnic groups here in the US. Nobody wanted their business, and I was correct when I warned both of them. The first three words out of any carrier or aggregator's mouth is, "What is your forecast?" So we took them on, and today they are flourishing with thousands of subscribers and month-over-month growth every single year. My consulting company still gets 2 to 3 calls per week inquiring about becoming an MVNO, and some are passed on and some stay with us. Once the infrastructure was put in place, it's easy to be up and running in a matter of a couple weeks. So if you'd like to learn more about this, drop me a line at info@my-mvno.com, which Andrew behind the glass is so expertly put up on the screen right now for you to read. So send us an email there and someone on our staff will get right back to you. And we will most likely ask you, yes, what is your forecast? Okay. The next topic is an MVNO that I referenced in the opening that is launching next week here in March. I've mentioned them before, and I've spoken about their market entry at both the MVNO Nation Live event that I was at in Valencia, Spain this past fall, and gave them one of my famous Johnny Awards for the most anticipated new MVNO in 2025. This new MVNO, New York Mobile, has a unique differentiator around vanity or personalized phone numbers and will be the first MVNO where the customer will be able to choose their own mobile number. New York Mobile will operate exclusively on T-Mobile's 5G network and will offer competitive rate plans and the ability to select iconic area codes that have been exhausted for many, many years. Customers will have the ability to select from a large inventory of highly coveted numbers in New York's iconic and long-exhausted area codes, including 212, 718, and 917, as well as a wide range of numbers all across all area codes and states nationwide. So whether it's a name, a birth date, a favorite number sequence, or a brand-specific pattern, New York Mobile will empower users to select a personalized and fully customizable phone number that truly reflects their identity or their business. And once again, it's full disclosure time. I am the chief strategist with New York Mobile, helping to guide them through this wonderful maze that we know as MVNOs. Finally, I will welcome the principal and co-founder of New York Mobile for an exclusive interview right here on the Boon of Wireless podcast later this month. Knowing the MVNO business and seeing what New York Mobile is bringing to the table with this with regards to revolutionizing the way mobile customers will do business, I strongly believe that this most anticipated MVNO will be setting the standard for years to come. So I know that a lot of people are very excited for New York Mobile's launch, so stay tuned next week. Andrew.
Yes, John.
Did I miss anything?
No, I think you covered it all, John.
Okay, there's Andrew, as exciting as ever, getting ready for the spring. That looks like it'll wrap up another episode of the Boon of Wireless podcast. Don't forget, we'd love to hear from you. Give us a call at 908-THE-BOON, 908-THE-BOON. Yes, 908-843-2666. And again, check out our new website at theboonofwireless.com. Lots of good things over there, lots of good content. Thank you for supporting what I am told is the fastest growing podcast still in the wireless industry. Until then, we'll see you next time. Thanks.